Hello, I'm Keely Rose with Lunation Mentoring, and welcome to day 5 of the 21-day Energetic Boundaries Reset and Reclamation that we're doing together in preparation for the upcoming eclipse portal that starts in mid-October. So let's see, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Full screen mode. Okay, so this is the overview of where we're going through this 21-day reset and reclamation. We're on day 5, where we're going to be talking about the womb space. We've already talked about the internal physical body and the external physical body as it relates to energetic boundaries. And now we're going to talk about a space that exists in the physical body that's both a physical space as well as a more what people would consider to be an energetic space. So let's go ahead. Womb space. All right. So the womb space, yes, it does include the actual physical womb, the uterus, but it also incorporates essentially, well, it incorporates that sacral chakra and the physical womb, that physical organ. But it's also almost like a state of being, a beingness that exists within you. And it's a space that you can visit with your awareness. It's a space that's very rich and fertile. It's also a space that's very creative. And it's a space that is incredibly nurturing and also requires a lot of nurturance, of being nurtured itself. And men have a womb space as well, though they don't have the actual physical organ of the womb. There is still this echoing of that nurturing energy, and for them, it's more connected to their inner feminine energy, whereas for biological women, it is more part of their entire being rather than, say, a component of their internal masculine. So, with all of that out there, we have a little womb meditation to do here together today to support us in just really connecting with our own energetic boundaries and putting things in place, strengthening things, reclaiming bits and pieces of us that have maybe gotten entangled with other people so that we can approach that eclipse portal mid-October that runs for about 2 weeks. That opportunity for very, very deep healing. We're wanting to approach that from a more empowered space. And that's harder to do if we have our energy entangled in unhealthy or unhelpful ways with other people's energy. And so that's why these subtle energetic boundaries are so important. So, with all of that being said, I invite you now to just assess, is there anything in you that you need in this moment to feel a little bit more safe, a little bit more comfortable, maybe to experience a little bit more pleasure or joy? That may be closing a door or opening a door. Maybe your feet are cold and you need to put on some socks. Maybe you need to grab a blanket or maybe shed an extra layer that you don't need anymore. Just check in with your body and see, like, are you a comfortable temperature? Is there a different position that your body wants to be in? Do you need some water like I do? Go ahead and get something or change something to be better resourced, to be able to be more fully present in this moment with me. And once you've done that, if you're watching the recording, you can pause if you need to take extra time, like to go use the bathroom or something. If you're here live, just Give yourself permission to do whatever you need, even if that means you miss a little bit of this video. And once you're back, go ahead and start taking deep cleansing breaths. If it feels comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. If it feels better to leave your eyes open, just soften your gaze so that you're not focusing on anything in particular. And now, as you breathe, I invite you to place a hand over your abdomen in that low abdominal region, over that womb and not solar plexus, sorry, sacral chakra area. And imagine that you are breathing into that space. Breathing in resources and light and love. Breathing out anything that is no longer needed in that space. Notice your hand moving against your abdomen. I invite you to take one more deep breath in. And as you do so, imagine that your awareness is following the breath down through your body and into that womb space. Imagine that you have traveled deep into your own body, that you are safe and you are held deep in this womb space. Continuing to breathe. As you are in this womb space, use your powerful imagination. Notice what you see. Notice what sensations you feel. Is there a smell or a color? Right now, you're just observing. No need to judge or to change anything. Just noticing. And continuing to breathe life and resources into that womb space. Invite you to place your other hand on your heart. Leaving the first hand over that womb space. Continuing to breathe and to notice. As you continue to breathe, I invite you, with your powerful imagination and with your capacity to set intentions, to have hopes and desires, go ahead and imagine that you could gather up anything and everything in that womb space that is ready to be cleared, that is no longer needed, that has served its purpose. You can even use your hands to help you. Imagining that you're scooping up anything and everything that's ready to leave into a bowl. And some of it may be murky or muddy or mucky in some way. And some of what you gather up may be bright and golden. It may be purple. It may be a deep, deep red. It can look like anything. It can feel like anything. It could seem positive or seem negative. Just anything that your body, that your womb space is ready to release. Just inviting your body, your energy body as well. Just compact everything that's ready to go into a ball in your hands. And that feels complete. I invite you to hold that ball in your hands. And you can express gratitude. You can express regret. You can express anger. You can express whatever emotion comes to you at this time to express to this ball of whatever it is that's ready to go. You can do it out loud. You can do it silently. Now, when you're ready, I invite you to imagine that the floor of this womb space, the space that you've been inhabiting as you've been gathering things up, has a plug. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and reach down and pull gently on that plug. Pop it right out of place. And as you do that, the ball of things that are ready to go begins to melt and to drip off of your hands and to drip down into that drain. To drip down and down and down and out of that womb space. Sink deeply into the earth and be repurposed for some other thing, some other purpose. Now, instead of a plug, you don't need that plug anymore. Go ahead and hand it over to an angel. You can take it away and repurpose it, because now, instead of a plug, you have a filter. Imagine an angel coming to you and bringing you this perfect filter to go over that space where there once was a plug. This filter is full of light and full of truth and full of the divine perspective on what to let out and what to let in and when. When you're ready, you can actually use your physical body to help you in this. And imagine and move as if you were setting down this filter over that space. And you can just kind of imagine rubbing, gently rubbing it, settling it in over that hole. And if you don't feel capable of doing that, you can invite that angel that brought it to you to go ahead and smooth that filter into place. Go ahead and continue to breathe. Now, whether you are biologically male or biologically female, this womb space is now a space that doesn't hold on to gunk, doesn't hold on to things that aren't currently needed. It can freely release and it can freely receive what resources are needed in that moment. For those of you who've been peeking at the slide, we just went through that beautiful womb meditation and pulling the plug and putting in place that energetic condom, so to speak, that filter. Now, if you are biologically female, this energetic condom, this filter that we've put into place, is also a filter for when you engage in sex and you and your womb space and your actual physical vagina and all of that does not need to be a dumping ground for the energetic material of your partner. You don't need to take on their anger or their unprocessed emotions or any other energies that can come through in that very connecting process of sexual intercourse. This energetic condom is in place to only allow through what will edify you and strengthen you and support you, and not anything that isn't actually needed. And if you would like to, you can imagine putting this energetic condom into place before intercourse every single time to help kind of solidify that for you. Or you can just trust that this process has occurred for you. And if there is something standing in the way of this process coming 100% to completion, I also invite you to trust that you can receive divine guidance, intuitive insight, an awareness of what you need to do to fulfill this process 100%, so that you, whether in the literal act of sex or whether just engaging with other people in day-to-day life, that you do not become a dumping ground, that your womb space, this sacred space that's intended to nurture you and everything that you create, so that that space doesn't get bogged down, so that it can better serve you and support you and nourish you and protect you. And whether you're male or female, this womb space can be a space that you use your powerful imagination to go visit when you need nurturing. This space is for you. It's your nurturing space. And as you go visit that space, you may find that it changes. You may begin to have furniture or decorations in there. You may begin to experience smells or sensations. And there's no right or wrong with what appears in that womb space or what you want to put in that womb space, so that it is even more nurturing, even more of a safe space for you to go and be nurtured and be protected and to be empowered as you visit that space. So thank you. Once again, I'm Kaylee Rose with Blue Nation Mentoring. That was day 5, where we did a little exploration of the womb space as part of this 21-day Energetic Boundaries Reset and Reclamation. Thank you so much for joining me. Goodbye for now.